Psychetruth. Life, wisdom.
Good morning. I hope that you had a wonderful night's rest. And if you didn't, don't worry about it. We're going to work on that. So this sequence this morning is designed to relieve tension in your neck, shoulders, and hips from a restless night, a good night of sleep, whatever it is you had. We're just going to get you ready to take on the day. So let's begin in a child's pose. So coming to hands and knees, take your toes to touch and your knees out very, very wide and actually press them apart. And then you might be stiff right now still from waking up. So just send your hips to rock right and left, rocking side to side, and just slowly move in to your child's pose. One little inch at a time, and just relax down. Now take a moment to feel into your body and just notice any of the really tight spaces. And maybe just send your breath there. And even notice if your breath is getting stuck anywhere. And if it is, I invite you to take a deeper breath. So suck up even more air. And then relax into your child's pose. And even here, I invite you to check in with your mind and just notice if you're already starting to be anxious about the day, or if there's nothing going on in there and you're having a good old time. Just complete acceptance of wherever you're at. And take a deep breath in through your nose, filling up your lungs, filling up the space between your rib cage. And exhale to empty out completely. One more time, fill up your lungs, breathing in through your nose. And exhale out, soften. Good. Just taking the time to settle in here. Begin to walk your hands back, making your way up to tabletop. But we're going to take our knees in for a second, but then take them back out. Again, bring your toes to touch. Round your spine and look up. And on your exhale, draw your low belly up and in, curling your tailbone between your legs, sending the floor away. Now we're going to meet in a neutral spine and begin to walk your hands forward, keeping your hips sticking straight up, lower down to your forearms, and then walk your hands forward even more. Opening your chest down towards your mat, looking forward, taking your gaze forward. So if you're finding that this is too much for you this morning, you can stay up on your forearms, just looking up, dropping your chest. Or you can lower down and take your lips to the mat. Take a few breaths here, each exhale opening on surrendering your chest down towards the mat a little more. So right here, I want you to start thinking about an intention, something that you want to cultivate for your day. And go ahead and write your intention in the comments, and then hold yourself accountable and come back later and tell me if you followed through with it and how. So we'll hold each other accountable for our own intentions. Walk your hands back so that they're underneath your shoulders and walk your knees in so you're finding yourself in tabletop. Take a breath and bring yourself to a neutral spine. On an inhale, once more, lower your belly, open your chest, look up, press the mat away. And exhale, tuck your tailbone between your thighs, create as much space between your shoulder blades as you can. Tuck your chin, look back. And inhale, look up, waking up the spine, moving with intention. Tuck your chin, look back behind you. Inhale, open up your chest. And exhale, low belly up and in. Bring your knees to touch and move back to a neutral spine. Drop your hips to your heels. And again, walk your hands forward. Taking one more rest, allowing your head to bow down towards your mat. And take a few breaths. We're slowly transitioning awake. So this flow is going to be a little more slow, so that we can really ease into the day. Making your fingertips very heavy, begin to roll up your spine, rounding out. And then roll your shoulders down your back. On your exhale, bring your hands in front of you, round your shoulders, tuck your chin. Inhale, open up your chest. So we're in a seated cat-cow. Exhale, bring your hands in, round your shoulders. Inhale, open up your chest. And exhale, round your shoulders. Inhale, open up your chest. Allow your hands to fall down to your sides. Turn your palms to face up. On an inhalation, look up, reach your fingertips up high. Take your palms to touch, and then slide your thumbs down your spine. So your elbows are gonna wanna come in. Keep opening them out and open. Tuck your chin. Keep opening your elbows. And press your head down using the weight of your arms and your hands. And then look back up, and keeping your hands pressed together, open up your arms, sending your hands up towards the ceiling. Turn your palms back out and pressing out through the palms of your hands. Lower your hands all the way down. Roll your shoulders a few times. Good. Now take your awareness to your neck. Drop your shoulders down and away from your neck. Lower your chin down to your chest and rotate your right ear to your right shoulder. Look up towards the ceiling and exhale your chin to your chest, and then lower your left ear to your left shoulder, looking up, and drop your chin to your chest, right ear to right shoulder, look up. And continue this neck rotation a few times, moving at your own pace. Good. And go ahead and drop your chin to your chest once more. Notice if you're arching in your low back, and draw your low belly back so that you're actually creating more of a lift in your sides. Take your hands to your shins. Now on your next inhalation, send your hips up and forward and reach your hands up, look up, send your hands back, and exhale, reach your hands forward as you lower yourself back down to seated. Tuck your chin. Inhale, raise back up, open your chest, send your hips forward, shoulders back, and exhale, lower back down. So we're gently awakening the entire body. Inhaling up to your knees, look back behind you. Exhale, lower your hands down. Good. One more time, reach up. This time, take your palms to touch, press your hips forward, send your gaze up, point your toes, reach back, and exhale to lower back down. Good. Send your arms out and up, palms to touch. We're still working into the shoulders. Open your arms up to cactus arms, drawing your elbows down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, open up your elbows. One more time, reach up. And exhale, open up your elbows. Good job. So now we've opened up the shoulders and the neck. And we're gonna move into more of a hip sequence so we can get rid of all the stiffness in the body. So send your feet out and flex your toes towards your face. So our legs are really stiff in the morning. So you might have to bend your knees here, point your toes. Just begin to bring some movement into your legs. Take your hands next to your hips and send your chest up. Reach your arms up next to you. And then bowing from your hips, fold forward. So your knees can be very bent at this point. And just begin to work them out straight. Sending out one heel and then the other. Folding the crown of your head forward, tucking your chin. Now wherever your hands fall, whether it's your feet, your ankles, your shins, or your thighs, on your inhalation, rise up as if you're creating a cow pose, puffing your chest up. And then exhale, curl in, reaching out even further. And inhale, roll your shoulders down your back, look up. And exhale, reach forward. So we're flexing our feet each time. Inhaling to open up the chest. And exhaling to fold forward. This time, hang out for a few breaths. So you can bend into one knee and then the other, move your hips side to side, point your toes, whatever it is you gotta do. So we're just rotating the legs, waking them up. And then we'll take our heels to touch and pull your heels in towards your groin, allowing your knees to fall out to the side. So take your hands and place them to the outsides of your feet and pull them in a little closer. Lift your chest up very big. And so at this point, your knees might be up here since it's, morning and we're all stiff. So just allow your knees to splay out and open. You can even flap your wings, so to speak, allowing your knees to fall up and down. Keep your chest open. And then pull your upper body forward, pressing into your thighs with your elbows, rounding into your spine, drawing your low belly up and in. Look back towards your belly button. So we're not going to go as deep as we normally would this morning, just so the body has time to awaken. So on your inhalation, open up your chest. And then again, fold forward, looking back towards your belly button. And this time, see if you can open up your knees a little more. Good. Inhale, look up. And exhale, round. Then rise all the way back up. Create a big open chest, look up. And just surrender your body out. So allow your hands to walk forward in front of you. And then fold over both of your legs, folded butterfly. Breathe into your back body, tuck your chin, allow your knees to fall out and open. Moving at a slow, steady pace. So from your forward fold, reach your hands a little bit more forward and make your fingers really heavy. So actually lift your palms up and create spider fingers, lift your elbows up. Make your fingers really heavy and then drag the weight back so you're rolling up your spine, and then your shoulders will roll down your back. Take your knees back together and press them together, and again extend your legs out. So we're going to move into our forward fold one more time, just noticing how this butterfly pose has helped us to open up already. So we'll reach the arms up and then exhale to fold. Now take your time here, take a few breaths, just hanging out. Feel maybe the back of your body stretching open, and I invite you on each exhale to pull yourself forward a little more, breaking through that really tight space in your back, maybe the back of your legs, and then roll up your spine. Good. So again, we're going to move our feet back into butterfly. However, this time, we're going to lift up your right foot and just slide it across so that your right ankle is on top of your left knee and your right knee is on top of your left ankle. So we're moving into a variation of fire log. So you might find that you have this huge space between your foot and your knee, and this will actually begin to close over time the more that you do this practice. So go ahead and put a blanket there if you need to, or you can just keep it as it is. There's really no need for a prop. It's more about acceptance of where you're at. So wiggle your hips from side to side. Take your hands to your heart center and then press your chest up into your hands to open up your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. So this is where where we begin to open up the hips for your day. So I want to invite you to maybe join me in a simple mantra, if you will, and it's not anything too crazy, just very simple. Begin to bow forward, and I want to invite you to maybe chant this to yourself. Breathing in, I am calm and present. Breathing out, I am moving with mindfulness. Walk your hands forward. On your in-breath, breathing in, I am calm and present. Breathing out, I am moving with mindfulness. And wherever you fall, allow your back to round. Keep your focus on your breath and see if you can take yourself to the next space. So open up your right hip a little more. Maybe that means that you're up here and you press your right hip down. Maybe that means you're here and you just wiggle side to side. Breathing in, I am calm and present. Breathing out, I am moving with mindfulness. Begin to unwind your legs by dragging your right foot back across, just moving back into butterfly. You can shake out your right hip. Coming back to butterfly, stack your left foot on top of your right and then just slide it across so that your left ankle is above your right knee. And then you might be up here with lots of space, and this is okay. So cultivate a sense of acceptance this morning. This could be the first step of your journey today. So if you'd like to, lower your knee down to your ankle, if that's in your practice and available to your body. So keep pressing your chest open into your hands. Spread your fingers wide. Find a sense of filling up your lungs, allowing yourself to open up to your in-breath as it expands into your ribcage. Draw your low belly up and in so that you begin to feel a little more awakened. Now you can stay here, focusing on your breath, finding a gentle meditation. Or if you'd like more opening in your hips, begin to bow forward, walking your hands out in front of you and pausing in that space that feels really juicy and maybe a little bit challenging. And send your breath into this really tight space, really opening up your left hip. Breathing in, I'm calm and present. Breathing out, I am moving with mindfulness. You can walk your hands forward. Breathing in, I'm calm and present. Breathing out, I am moving with mindfulness. Wherever you find your juiciest place, go ahead and round your spine there and allow your upper body to become completely heavy to gravity, so you find that your body is naturally folding over your legs. Continue to maintain a smooth, even inhalation and a full emptying out exhalation. Find a moment of silent stillness, coming back to your intention that you set at the beginning of your practice. Begin to walk your hands back up. So again, we're just going to slide the left leg off of the right, meeting in butterfly. So place your hands behind you and see if you can press your hips forward a little more. And then take your hands to the outsides of your feet, opening your shoulders up, lift your chest up. And one more time, we're just going to fold forward just to see already what's happened in the body. Slowly waking up the muscles in the back and the muscles in the legs, the hips, allowing your upper body to fold over. You might even find that this time you're able to come even more down onto your forearms. And again, in honor of your practice this morning, find a moment to be still, to take a full breath in and a full breath out. Begin to roll up your spine once more. Send your legs out and again, forward fold. This time we're just going to be here for a moment, already noticing more opening in the legs, in the back, and then roll up. So bring your legs to cross. So actually stack your right on top of your left and then keep sliding your right foot over so that your right knee stacks over your left. So we're moving into what's called Gomukhasana or cow face pose. This is really good for the hips, and we're actually going to open the shoulders as well. So you might find that your knee is up like this, and this is as far as you go. So I want you to stay here. Now, if your knees are stacking, see if you can walk your feet out a little more and flex your toes. Rock your hips over to the right. Send your chest up, hands to heart center. Close your eyes. Fill up your chest. Roll your shoulders down your back. Take a breath. Center your mind. Feel your mat beneath you. Feel the air surrounding your body and feel the crown of your head ascending up towards the ceiling. Extend both your arms out in front of you with your palms face down. Carry your right elbow to stack on top of your left. Bend in your elbows and take the backs of your palms to touch. Lift your elbows up so that you're pulling your shoulder blades apart and draw your low belly in so you rock gently back on your hips. Now you can stay here or take your left fingertips and interlace them into your right palm, moving into full cow face arms. Spread your fingers and pull your thumbs away from your face. Tuck your chin so there's a natural elongation of the spine. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. So you want to think of peeling your shoulders apart, peeling your hand away from your face, while at the same time rooting yourself down to the mat and extending and ascending straight up. So we're finding this sense of calm within a storm. Now you can stay here and continue this still meditation space, or you can begin to bow forward, taking your elbows to the outer right of your right leg and bowing down, tucking your chin. Continue to lengthen out your spine. With each exhale, surrendering a little more. Begin to raise yourself back up. Keep flexing your toes, lift yourself up, moving mindfully. Unwind. Take your hands out to the side of you. Now to get out of this, hug your knees in and just uncross your legs. And there you go. So we're gonna move to the other side. So take a cross-leg position with the opposite leg on top, with the left leg on top, and then just slide your left foot across until you find that your knees are relatively stacked on top of each other. So what you wanna mainly focus on is that your feet are directly across from one another. So whichever foot is in more, just heel toe that out in front and then wiggle out in your space. So one side is naturally going to be way tighter than the other. And with the practice, you'll find a sense of equanimity in this. So again, take your hands to your heart center, open up your chest, ascend your head up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, settle in, drawing your low belly up and in, rocking back onto your hips. You can stay here if this serves you this morning, focusing on whatever meditation it is that you are practicing. Extend both your arms out in front of you and then cross your right elbow under your left, taking the backs of your palms to touch. You can interlace your right fingers into the palm of your left hand. Reach your fingers up, spread your fingers wide, pull your hands away from your face. Take a breath, settle in. Notice what's going on in your mind. See if you can use the breath to pull all of your focus, all of your energy into this stretch, into this opening. Finding a sense of calm within your body, preparing you for your day. If you'd like, you can stay here feeling the strength of your arms and the openness of your hips, or you can begin to fold forward, taking your arms to the outside of your left knee and bowing your head in. On your inhale, begin to raise yourself back up. Send your fingers even further away from your face, peeling your shoulders apart. And then gently unwind your arms, placing your hands down to your sides. Simply draw your knees up and uncross your legs. All right, so now we're going to move into a wide-legged stance on the mat. So just spread your legs as wide as you can. We've already worked into the hips, so you should be a little more open than you normally would at this time. So just wherever you're at, you might have to bend your knees, but flex your toes. And then see if you can put your hands behind you and lift yourself up and press yourself even more forward and then press your heels out. So you want to draw your kneecaps up into your thighs. Take your hands out in front of you. And then on an inhale, open up your chest, look up, send your shoulders down your back, And you can stay here and just gently lean forward, or you can walk your hands forward one step at a time, pausing, and then moving on or stopping in a place that feels really good. So you're gonna feel this on the lower part of your leg and even on the upper and inner thighs. Keep flexing your toes. And I wanna challenge you to pull your body forward. So create a flat spine and then exhale your body to release forward. So that space, again, that's really, really uncomfortable, I want you to send the breath directly there. Feel a sense of surrender, feel your muscle release in that spot. So we have a tendency to clench up the spaces that are really uncomfortable, but I want you to release that spot instead and just notice what happens. This is how we invite more flexibility. So everybody rise up to your hands and open your chest. Pull your chest forward with your hands and then lower yourself back down. Allow your head to hang. You can even allow your toes to soften and just feel what's happening in your legs right now in your body. And begin to walk yourself back. Again, flexing your toes. Now again, we're going to hug our feet back in so that we find ourselves in this nice butterfly pose. And even now you can see that your knees will fall open a little more, right? Good stuff. Good morning. So just go ahead and flap your wings out a little more. And we're actually going to do a really fun thing right now so that we can start our morning off in a sort of playful tone, because that's how I like to do it. So this is going to be really interesting. So you're going to stumble and you're going to fall and it's going to be funny and it's going to be awesome. So hug your heels in and hover them up off the mat and actually roll your shoulders down your back, right? So we're here and this may be enough and you may be like, whoa, I can't keep my balance. So you're going to keep working on that. Now I'm going to invite an extra challenge. Begin to peel your right foot open and extend it up towards the sky. Now your right shoulder is going to want to roll forward. Roll your shoulder down your back and keep pressing out through your heel. Your left foot stays lifted. Now press your chest open. Good. Refold, rebend into your right knee, and we're going to try the left side. Now remember, one side's always going to be tighter. And laugh at yourself here. Have a little fun. Begin to peel your left foot open, reaching it up, flexing your toes, reaching out through your heel. You might find that you're here and you're really rounding. That's okay. If your knee is bent, focus on opening your chest. Otherwise, keep sending your left leg up. Whoa now. And this is actually awakening our core and stretching our arm and our leg at the same time. Now we're gonna do an extra awesome challenge. Hug your heels into your core even more and press your knees apart. Now lift your chest. I'm gonna challenge you to open up both legs at the same time. So it's gonna be really funny and I'm probably gonna fall and it's gonna be a good time. So send your heels out. You're gonna have to really focus here. Use that breath awareness. Breathing in, I'm calm and present. Breathing out, I am moving with awareness. Whew. Press your feet into your hands, lift your chest. Whoo, yeah, right? That might happen to you. Keep opening up one more time. Oh, and hug everything back in. And just allow yourself to fold over your legs. Release the muscles of your belly. Good morning, core. And roll up. Take yourself long ways on your mat and come to lying on your back. Walk your heels in towards your glutes and reach down with your fingertips so that you can tickle your heels with your fingers. Turn your toes slightly in and roll your shoulders down your back. Adjust your clothing as needed. Good. So keeping your fingertips brushing your heels, take an in breath and roll your shoulders down. On your exhale, press your hips up. Keep pressing your hips up so much that you can walk your hands underneath you and interlace your fingers. Deep breath into your chest. You should be able to breathe here. You can even bend into your elbows and press into the mat to get even more traction. Pressing the mat away. And on your exhale, undo the binding of your hands and lower it down one vertebrae at a time. Good. Take your knees in to touch one another and heel toe your feet out to the wide edges of your mat and allow your knees to fall in on one another. So we're windshield wipering the knees open. It's just a gentle back bend so that you can get a little energy this morning, lubricating and opening the spine. And again, walk your heels back in towards one another. Reach down and find your heels. Press down into the mat with your hands, with your feet, toes slightly in. Squeeze your thighs together. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale to find yourself stabilizing in your bridge pose. Interlace your fingers. Press your fists away. Press your shoulders into your mat. Inhale, lift up. Open your chest. And exhale, release. Rolling your shoulders back up, allowing your sacrum to fold down to the mat. Heel toe your feet out to the wide edges of your mat and let your knees drop side to side. Good job. Hug your knees up into your chest and actually feel your spine grow very long on the mat, and keep both your shoulders and both sides of your hips rooted down. And then sending your elbows up, squeeze your knees in and rock side to side. And begin to release your low back. Take your hands and wrap them around either knee, and you can begin opening up one knee and then the other, rocking side to side at your own will, maybe staying on one side for a second and then rolling back up. Good. Rolling back to center. Keeping your right knee hugged in, send your left leg out. Take your left palm to the outside of your right knee, send your right arm out, and lower your left knee or your right knee over to the left, looking over your right hand. Flexing your left toes. Take a deep breath and exhale to twist, allowing your leg to fall down. Good. Feel your breath rise and fall in the hollow of your low belly. Raise back up to center, hugging both knees into your chest, once again rocking side to side. Extend your right leg out, keeping your left knee hugged in. Right hand to the outside of your left knee and twist your left knee over to the right, reaching over to the left, looking over your left hand. If you're finding that your left shoulder won't go to the ground, just scoot your shoulders over to the right and look over to the left. Breathe into the hollow of your belly, the space between your hips and your rib cage. Allow the weight of your right hand to pull your left knee down, so you're surrendering all weight of your body. Good. Carry your knees back up into your chest and rock side to side. Then I want you to hug everything in, bringing your forehead up to your knees and squeeze everything tight like you're trying to be a little tiny raisin. I know that sounds really silly, but I feel like a raisin when I do this. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything. Point your toes. Make a really funny face. Take a deep breath. And then exhale. Release your body out into Shavasana. Final resting pose. Allow your hands to fall down and your feet to open up naturally to the side. Gently lift your tailbone and lay it back down to find extension in your spine so that your low back is flat to the mat. Tuck your chin and find the full length of your neck. Begin to breathe normally, taking the time to allow the body to acclimate what just happened, to feel the new energy coursing through your bloodstream. With each exhale, allowing your body to feel a little heavier. You can stay here as long as you would like, of course. But when you're ready, begin to walk your heels back in Reach your arms up and extend your arms out and up above you. Be careful not to knock over your coffee. And then roll to your right side, taking a moment in your fetal position so that the body has time to adjust as we rise back up. Press your left hand down and keeping your head and your arms and your shoulders very heavy, roll back up to a seat and move to a cross-legged position on your mat. You can keep your palms face down or face up. But before you continue with your day, take a moment to observe your body. Maybe take a 10 breath count of silence, a gentle meditation, reflecting on the intention that you set for your day. Again, just to hold yourself accountable, go ahead and leave your intention in the comments. And let me know how it goes. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day and that every good thing that can happen to you happens to the highest good. Namaste.